Hello, everybody.
Welcome to the FATE podcast,
where we discuss film, anime, television, and other forms of entertainment.
My name is Fritz.
I'm Elijah.
We finally got the title for the show.
Well, what's the title, Fritz?
Huh?
I said, what's the title? You spell it out for him, but what's the title actually?
The title is called We Decided on Fates, which stands for Film, Anime, Television, and Entertainment.
Yes.
Why did you agree on fate?
Because first of all, it makes sense. What we talk about, all these different categories. And also, like, it's fate that we actually get to do this podcast together.
Yeah.
Because, we grew up together. We played football together. We knew each other. Well, you knew my brother. That's how we became even more close.
Yeah.
And then, fate behold, you started a podcast and I wanted to hop on.
Yeah.
I feel that's fate, bro. That we want to, do this together. So
I agree.
I feel like it's the perfect fit for this.
Yeah.
And I know we're going to stick with it, bro.
How
about you?
You know what? When I was in the beginning, I was very lost about the show. I didn't from everything I've been through with past co-hosts and past people who wanted to be on the show. When you proposed the idea to me, I'm like, dang, Elijah? I'm be honest.
No.
I'm like, Elijah wants to come on. I'm like, you know what? Then you started being consistent. Then you started proposing ideas like Google Docs, how we could put our shows or the structure of the episodes and things like that. And I'm like, you know what? Gave it a shot. When he came up, we needed a title. We went through a couple of titles and, we finally agreed on something that made sense for the show. And I agree with you. It's fate that brought us together and made us want to push this thing even farther.
Not even that. It's just like before I got on the show, you were doing it on your own.
Yeah.
And with other people. And I'm like, damn, you doing a show and you talking about interesting stuff that I think about or I want to, have a dialogue with.
Yeah.
But I was afraid. I was like, damn, am I able to talk about this stuff, or is people going to listen to me, or am I interesting enough? And, it was, that fear, but I just, but yeah, it was just all that fear. And I'm like, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to ask them. And then, we started this and, it was first with Wasted Intelligence, but then we decided to do our own thing on the side. So I'm loving it, bro. It's fate. I'm a believer of God and, this could be a season for me.
Exactly. And before we actually get into the show, I'd like to give a shout out to the top countries that have been listening to our podcast. Of course, in number 1 comes to the United States, number 2, Ireland, and number 3, Brazil.
Brazil. Okay.
So if you want your state or your country for us to give you a shout out, have people listen.
Yeah, bro. Spread the word, man.
Spread the word. How's your New Year's, man? Happy New Year's to the
Happy
audience.
New Year's, bro. My New Year's wasn't that good. I just stayed in the house and watched Netflix. That's it. It wasn't even anything.
Hey,
how about you?
I did the same thing, brother. So there's nothing wrong with that. It's a new year. We gotta get to work and get to going.
Exactly, bro. How about Christmas, man? You did anything?
I got food poisoning, and it was my mother's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, mother.
Yeah, right?
Damn, from what?
I don't want to give out the name of the restaurant, but I went out to eat and kind of got sick. So the night before, and then it rolled over to Christmas.
Damn.
Yeah.
You got any presents for anybody, though? At least?
Yeah, I got some gifts for my mom. Because, we don't really, in my house, we don't really celebrate Christmas because it's her birthday. So we just give that day to her. I got some gifts from my mom. I got some gifts from my dad and my sister. Oh, and this special lady that I am talking to.
That's what's up.
Oh yeah. What about you?
I only got a Christmas gift from my fiance. She we went on a shopping spree and she brought me a whole bunch of clothes, so that was good.
Hey, that's all that
Uh,
matters.
but that's about it. That's all I got.
Yeah, you don't need much more, man. You know.
Nah, you don't. I was happy with what she gave me, and I mean, I didn't care if anybody else gave me anything, because it's all good.
Yeah.
She was the most important person, so it's fine.
Hey, that's wifey, baby. That is wifey. All right,
Good,
so
good.
you know, a few things happened during the Christmas week. We had a few shows that dropped out,
Yes.
and today's show is going to be about Dave Chappelle's equanimity, which means mental calmness, composure, evenness of temper, especially in a difficult situation. What do you think about that title and that definition?
I think it fit perfect with the show.
Yes.
Because with everything, because it is really a controversial stand up. So the fact that he stayed calm with all the trash talking and people criticizing him from previous stand ups, I think it speaks true to the show and himself and how he feels about the situation.
And I think it reflects on what we should be more like in a society, because with all the
definitely.
crazy news and the certain statements people say, people
damn right.
lose that. People lose that equanimity. We need that equanimity because we need to listen to each other more, man.
Definitely.
People aren't going to be 100% correct all the time.
Nope.
And we have to have a state of calmness in us to receive those messages. So, how do you feel about the special, though?
Before about the special
Recommendations.
Recommendations, bro.
Yes.
There's one artist that y'all need to listen to is NF. And
Never
he's
heard of him.
Yeah, he's a more I want to say independent. Yeah, independent because he's not mainstream. Not yet though. But he got his lyrics, he got his beats. He knows how to, mix words together and, make the music pop, and he speaks truth in his music. And he's a Christian rapper, but he doesn't label himself as a Christian rapper. He label himself as a rapper.
Yeah.
But when you listen to his music, you be like, this is not like Christian rap. Like he speaks about God, but it's not in every verse.
Yeah.
And it's not in every song. But he speaks about it throughout like his whole like probably one or two songs or maybe a line, but he doesn't say the word God, or he probably said something else along those lines. But he just speaks the truth. And I compare him to I always say, he's a Christian Eminem because he's white.
Yeah.
But I always compare him to a Christian Eminem because like the way his lyrics are and like how angry he gets in the song, it matches Eminem. I'm sorry. But him and Eminem are two different levels, and they do two different styles. It just reminds me a lot of Eminem.
Nice.
But NF, check him out. I'm probably going to speak to him a lot because he's my favorite rapper right now.
Yeah.
And that's all I have to say.
Hey, NF.
Listen to him. And then the movie I recommend is The Greatest Showman.
The Greatest Showman.
Yeah, it's a musical by Hugh Jackman, Zac Efron in there, and Zendaya. And it's basically about the Hugh Jackman character. He lost his job and he decides to build a circus and stuff like that. It's probably back in the day. I don't know the year, but the times where they didn't have cars and they ride horses and stuff like that.
Yeah.
From the Ringling Brothers, it's their story.
Yeah.
Tell your roommate I said thank you.
Thank you. But it's a really good show, and I love musicals. And it's based on a true story. So
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, so let's get into the topic, man.
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle, Equanimity. How do you feel about it special, man?
Oh my, I loved it. I think it was super funny.
Yeah.
He did a really good job, and he brought everything together, like to like beginning to end.
Yes.
And like he bring jokes back on what he started to the end, and then he like it's like a complete story that stand up, and it was really good, and I enjoyed it a lot.
Yes, I enjoyed it as well, and I like the fact that he brought it back to the old stage.
Yeah,
You know, that was special. And you know, I'm happy that he got the money that I don't know how to phrase it, that he lost from walking away from his show.
mm-hmm.
But I'm happy that the universe is on his side, basically. But do you think he's good at writing jokes? You know, like that's one of the things that he was pushing on his special, that he's so dope at writing jokes.
He's a genius, bro. That's it. He's really good at writing jokes, bro.
Yeah.
And like, it doesn't matter what it is. Like, he can put a joke in there and make it make sense. You know,
Yeah.
There's some comedians you'd be like, what? I don't get it. You feel me? But with him, you get it, and it's a surprise too, because you don't expect him to do it, and he just does it. I think he's really good. One of the best. I put Dave Chappelle on my list number one. Like I said, I don't listen to I'm not a big comedian junkie and know all of them, but
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle is my number one on my list.
Nice.
He's the best.
Nice.
How about you?
Do I think he's good at writing jokes? Yeah. You know, like listening to him when I was a kid and I was watching the Dave Chappelle show, he was funny, but a lot of the jokes flew over my head. But when I'm a man now and I'll go back and watch the shows and go on YouTube and watch the bits of his specials and his comedy, I'm like, oh, so that's what he meant. And you know, like the man, he's the man. And
Bro.
no wonder he makes the big bucks.
Yeah, yeah, right. Like I can go back to the Chappelle show and watch it and like laugh my behind off, bro,
Yeah.
because it's so funny. And you know what? And I always can remember the scene when he did, when he would pretend to be George Bush.
Yes.
And they were giving him the interview.
Yeah.
And they asked him about the oil. He was like, oil, you cooking? And then he knocks it off and started running. That's the funniest thing I ever. Like, it's still funny till this day.
Yeah.
It was just like, oh my God, bro.
It lasts a lifetime. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
My favorite thing that I watched in the Dave Chappelle show was the racial draft. I never understood it. I never understood it when I was young. You know, as kids we're innocent. But when I watch it now, and you learn about racism and things like that.
Oh yeah.
And you hear people say, "Oh, he's not black. She's not black."
Yeah.
You know, the racial draft comes in, and then Tiger Woods, oh, he belongs to the black community. You know, he makes fun of the black community, but at the same time, there's truth to it, because we're always fighting for, oh, he's black. If you have a 1% black in you, that means you're black or whatever. Mm-hmm. So that, to me, that sketch right there was phenomenal.
Yeah, and the Wu-Tang Clan, what, Chinese now or something?
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
And another one of my favorite skits, the Samuel L. Jackson beer.
I don't think I never watched that skits.
He makes fun of Samuel L. Jackson because when Samuel L. Jackson talks, he's always loud. All right? Yeah. And so he goes to the bar, or he's dressed up as Samuel L. Jackson, and he's screaming at the top of his lungs. And with these white guys, one of them ordered I'll try the Samuel L. Jackson beer. And then he's like, you ain't never seen my movies? Deep Blue Sea, a shark ate me. A fucking shark ate me. Yeah.
No, bro, he's amazing. I'll probably go give it. Tell you one more clip I like, when he did the skit with Wayne Brady. That whole skit, that was amazing, bro. That was amazing.
Yes.
They should bring that back, but that was that's another clip I loved of Dave Chappelle.
I agree.
But to answer your question again, he really good at writing jokes, bro. One of the best.
How do you feel about his first sleep over at a white friend's house? Could you relate to that?
I can't relate because when I was a little kid, my parents didn't let me sleep over anybody's house
Yeah.
because, that was their way. So I couldn't relate, but I understand what he was trying to say. But I could relate to white people food ain't delicious because sometimes it isn't. And then
Yeah.
I do see.
Let's not say it's not delicious. It's not seasoned.
Yeah, it's same thing, Fritz. If it ain't seasoned, it ain't delicious. What
I was trying to be politically correct.
Bro. Nah, it's just you'd be like, cause my mom, at a young age, my mom tells me okay, no, make sure you don't eat from other people. Like she tried her best to make food all the time so I don't have to eat from other people. And I did that for the longest, but I still ate from other people. And I don't think I ate at a white person's house before.
Really?
I'm trying to think, bro. No, I don't no. I don't think I did.
Yeah.
But I know their food. Sorry, I know their food. And I tried them. Tried it out before, and sometimes it wasn't that good. And not to hate on all white families because some of them really know how to cook, and same thing with black people. Some black people don't know how to cook.
Look, you're not insulting anybody. You're not.
Yeah, exactly.
So don't say sorry. Like you got to understand.
Okay,
what people need to understand is what generalization is.
Yeah,
there's a difference between when you say, "Oh, white people don't know how to cook." You're not saying all white people don't know how to cook. You're just speaking on the category of the white people who don't know how to cook. There's nothing wrong with that.
It's probably a habit, but I'm sorry. If I say I'm sorry, I'm not really sorry. So just to let you know. It's a habit because I'm I'm sorry, but I'm not really sorry. Be like, oh, I'm sorry you feel that way, but I'm not really sorry. That's how I'm saying it. But sometimes it's not delicious, and it's true. How about have you ever ate at a?
Yes, I've ate at one of my white friends' house, and his mom wasn't a bad cook. He was actually scared that his mom would be a terrible cook because I could relate to Dave Chappelle's joke. I never slept over his house, but he slept over my house, and I'm a little embarrassed to say that when he slept over my house, that he asked me for food, and my fridge was empty, bro.
Damn.
All we had, Haitian's house. Mm-hmm. They always got some type of hot dogs in there. All right. So he's like, yo, dude, I'm hungry, this and that. And I'm like, damn, I don't have nothing in my fridge. But if you want some hot dogs, you go get some hot dogs. So I put some hot dogs in the microwave for him. And hey, he ate it and stuff. And then years later, he's like, dude, I remember when I slept over your house, I was dying of hunger. And you put some hot dogs in the microwave, and I'm like, dude, So when he was explaining that joke about the first sleepover at a white friend's house, I was dying. But I did eat food at a white person's house, and it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. But I do there is the stigma about white people when I go over their house that, hey, I'm not eating the food just because I have a feeling it's bad.
And you know what's funny, right?
Yeah.
I went shopping at Walmart a while back, and I was looking for the adobo. Mm-hmm. And if anybody don't know what adobo is, because apparently people don't know what adobo is, it's seasoning. So I was looking for it, but I couldn't find it. So I asked one of the workers, and he was white, and then I asked him, yo, where's the adobo? And he was like, what's that? And I'm like, I just looked at him. I'm like, it's always a seasoning. It was like, oh, it should be here. I'm like, it's not in the seasoning aisle. And then he was just like, okay, check in the Hispanic aisle. So I'm like, okay, I checked. I walked over. I found it. Mm-hmm. And I grabbed it. I'm like, yo, thanks. He looked at me. He was like, what do you use that for? And I'm like, In my head, I'm like, you don't know what to use. I'm like, you don't. I'm like, you season your food with this. You put on chicken, whatever. You season your food. He's like, oh, okay. And I'm like, and I walked away. I'm like, damn, you don't season your food, dog. I'm like, I'm not gonna eat at your house.
Hey man, there's a reason why black people have high blood pressure because of all that salt.
I don't know, dog. But that was too funny, bro.
Man,
so it's true sometimes.
yes, it's true sometimes. You know, and that's what I like about comedians. I always say that they're your modern day philosophers. They're the only ones that are allowed to speak the truth, but people laugh at it and they think it's a joke sometimes, but it's actually the truth. You know? And one thing I dislike about what's going on today is they're trying to police these jokes. And if you can't take a joke, why are you there? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's his job, is to make jokes. He's not there to be nice or anything. He's there to be funny.
Be correct.
Yeah.
Bro.
He's not there to be politically correct. He's there to be funny.
Only.
So he speaks about the reasons why he would stop doing comedy. And he says it's because of the crowd on the big stage. And I quote, "It's too hard to entertain a country whose ears are so brittle. Motherfuckers are so sensitive, the whole country has turned into bitch ass niggas. Everything you say upsets somebody." So how do you feel about this statement coming from him?
100% truth.
Why?
He kept it because listen, like everything we say now, you know, we can get in trouble for it. We lose endorsements. We lose our jobs. People hate us and whatnot. Oh, why you don't like them? Why you say this about that? You know? Yeah. And that's what we're becoming. To me, we're becoming soft, man. There's no, you know, telling how you feel. You're supposed to, you know, pretend that you like something to make someone else feel like, you know, they're good or happy. We just became soft, and people can't, you know, take jokes nowadays, bro.
It's not, and it's not even the jokes. I completely agree with his statement, and it's not even the jokes. It's in conversation as well.
Yep.
You know, and the beauty of this statement is the fact that it touches everybody. But if you were to actually dissect it, you know, and we actually get a little deeper into it, it's the same thing with, you know, like white people talking about black people. Like we kind of censor white people for expressing their views about black people. We all can't be so brittle sometimes. We have to let people speak and express their individuality. If you go to a therapist or you even go to the doctor so they could diagnose you, you know, how are you going to diagnose somebody and they're not allowed to speak because they're scared to? You understand what I'm saying?
No, I understand.
We should allow people to speak freely.
And yeah, definitely we should. And if it hurt their feelings, we have to figure out why. Okay, why does this hurt your feelings?
To me, like no matter what you say, somebody's gonna be hurt.
Of course.
There's no safe side.
You can't please everybody, you know?
Exactly.
So, okay, you have to go deep into yourself, be like, yo, why am I mad at this? Why is it that when he talks, I get angry, you know? So, you know, you have to do self-reflection on yourself and, you know, realize, you know, maybe what he's saying is the truth. Or maybe I kind of get where he understands. You know, I probably don't agree what he's saying, but I get where he's coming from. And people don't think like that. They think only on emotion, and then they lash out and saying, you know, this is wrong. We just have to like look into ourselves and figure out why things are happening and why we get mad at stuff.
Yeah, I agree. All right, so in the special, he speaks about the transgender community being mad at him from his last Netflix special. Well, you know, we just touched on this, but you know, should the transgender community be mad at him because he made some jokes? Let's go to the club and trick niggas into fucking us. You know, that's one of the jokes that he said in his last Netflix special.
Yeah.
I was dying at that, man.
No, and he talks about the gender community for like 25 minutes. It was hilarious. I'm sorry. But what's the question? Should he stop or not?
Yeah, like
Or should he care?
Should he care, or should people be mad that he made fun of the transgender community?
No. All right. Y'all can't be, anybody. Y'all can't be, whoever goes to the show can't be hypocrites.
Yeah.
Because like he said, he talks about everybody, the gender community, blacks, white, whatever. So, and he also says, oh, it's funny until it happens to you. So like you're laughing at other, like the blacks, the whites, the jokes and whatnot. But when it comes to your group of people, you get upset. So you're not gonna stop him from talking about other groups of people. You're just gonna stop him talking about your group of people, and that's being a hypocrite right there.
Yeah,
like you, don't go to the comedy show. Like fight the whole comedic, element, jobs, whatever.
Yeah.
Like their platform. Fight that of making fun of people in general instead of stopping. Okay, you can talk about everybody else, just don't talk about me.
Yeah.
That don't make sense right there.
That does not make sense, and I agree with you. You said it. You said it well. I have nothing else to say to that. You hit it.
What?
You hit it well on the head.
Yeah, and then like if you don't like what he says, leave. Don't go to the show. Don't support it.
And like, that's a great thing that you said that, just because it's my analogies are a bit harsh sometimes. So I'm gonna put it this way: I'm a heterosexual male. I watch porno. I watch pornography. I do. If I don't like homosexual porn, guess what I don't do? I don't watch it.
Exactly.
It's the same thing with what you're saying. If you don't like what he's saying, leave. If you don't like a certain television show, then change the channel. In his special, he says he doesn't have a problem with the transgender people, but his problem is with the dialogue about transgender people. And he states that he danced with a transgender at the club in LA unknowingly. And he feels that like those things shouldn't be discussed in front of black people because it's insulting due to the fact that with all the talk about how transgenders feel inside, and he poses a question, since when has America given a fuck about how any of us feel inside? How do you feel about that statement? Does it make sense? Does he have an entitlement to that statement? Do you understand where he's coming from?
Yes, I do, and I respect it 100%, and I agree with him 100% because people really don't care about what black people think and whatnot. We try to express, okay, this is happening in our world. This is with the cops and other things that are happening with the ghettos not getting funded properly and stuff like that. But no one cares. No one. People care, but not enough people care. You get me?
Yeah.
Like it's just like not enough to change our whole environment. They probably sprinkle, okay, just enough, but not enough to make a change. So I agree. Like America really don't, unless it benefits them, they really don't care about what our feelings and what other people think about.
Like when he said that, it triggered something in me because I've always said feminists, black people, transgenders, we're all fighting for the same thing.
Yep.
Equality, an opportunity, a fair opportunity. I've always said that I do not understand why the segregation or the segregation goes among those groups. Because we're all fighting for the same thing, equality at the end of the day. And when he said that those issues shouldn't be discussed in front of blacks, like we should take heed at that.
But
because why does your feelings matter more than mine?
But the dialogue with them is it's like, okay, That dialogue with them is like,
I feel like a man. I feel like I was born in the wrong body.
Okay,
yada yada.
But their dialogue is different from our dialogue. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Like we're trying to prevent things from happening. You're trying to go against biology. So it's just like yeah, we want the same thing of like, okay, we want to be right, but to be honest, what's more important? Fighting for the kids or people that dying from cops hand, or fighting for me believing in what you believe in about okay, a man can become a woman, and you want me to believe that,
Yeah.
So be honest, and you can anybody could come on the show and we can discuss this, but like, what's more important, bro? Like, people dying on the streets, black people dying on the streets, or me wanting to believe that you can become a man or woman just because you feel like you can. They probably says, okay, why can't we have both? Because like, I'm sorry, we can't, because I'm not gonna agree with that.
You don't think you don't think we can have both? I feel like if everybody like works together, we can.
No, no. Me personally,
You don't think we
and
can
this
have
is
both?
no, because I don't believe in the LGBT community movement. I don't.
Why? Why
Like,
don't you believe in their movement?
because I'm a follower of a God, and
I understand.
that's my foundation right there.
I understand.
Like, what I believe in, it has to do with God and Jesus Christ and whatnot.
So that's your logic. That's your belief.
And
that's fine.
That's my belief. That's it.
Yeah.
Their LGBT community movement,
It goes against.
It go against, like, and you can't have. I'm sorry, you can't have both. You can't follow the LGBT movement and follow Christ. And what I mean by that is, yes, I love them. I treat them well. I respect them and whatnot. That's the love that Jesus told me I need to share.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, I can't follow what they believe in, because it doesn't match with Christ, bro. Like,
yeah.
Go ahead.
So when you say you can't follow what they believe in, you can't follow that they go against biology.
They go against biology. Yeah, exactly. And to put the Christian aside, it's main biology, bro. It's like, listen, man or female, that's it. There's no you want to create a new gender, which is crazy to me.
Mm-hmm. Let's not say. I'm not gonna say let's not use the word crazy, but you don't understand it. It's hard.
Okay.
It's a hard concept to grasp.
It's
a hard concept to grasp.
It's a hard it's a hard concept
to grasp. Yeah,
to grasp. You feel me?
Yeah.
So it's just like, okay, so you're telling me that a man can become a woman and there's no problem at all. You can not use what you're supposed to use as a man, and just use whatever you get from surgery as a woman. This just doesn't make sense to me, bro. And this is like, you're like, you're here for, like, you're a man for a reason, man. And don't switch to a woman because you don't feel like being a man anymore. It's just like a cop out, bro. And
we have to remind our audience, equanimity, mental calmness, composure, and evenness of temper, especially in a difficult situation. So Elijah is expressing his opinion of the LGBT community, or his views, like, you got to understand, he is a Christian individual. That's how he was raised, and he has the right to feel the way he wants to feel, and we shouldn't bash him, and we should all take in what he's saying,
Yeah, listen,
equanimity.
I love that you're saying that too, but I'm still gonna get bashed for what I'm saying.
Yeah,
and it's okay.
Yeah,
it's okay, because I still love everybody. I'm still gonna treat everybody correctly.
Yeah, you're not saying you hate transgenders or nothing. You're just expressing your beliefs.
But that's the thing. And he pointed out in the show that, like, he doesn't hate them. He says hate the dialogue, but people not gonna listen to that. They're just gonna be like,
selective hearing.
Yep, exactly. You're gonna be like, no, you making jokes about it. You don't like us. He never said that. I never said that.
You're right. You're right.
I just don't agree, and to be honest,
you're allowed not to agree.
Yeah, I'm never going to agree. Yeah. It's like, just like this. Here's the thing. Just like you're never gonna hope. I mean, I hope you can agree about the Jesus Christ and God, but you're not going to and whatnot. And I'm not gonna force you. It's just like you can't force me to accept it. So the fact that what you're trying to reach, to me, is an impossible goal.
I understand. Nothing wrong with that, man.
Yeah.
And like you know, that's the reason why he probably named his special Equanimity, you know?
Yeah.
So, hey, you know, he like the thing I like about comedians is the fact that the way he just dropped that line, people listen, but they don't question it. You understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like we're having this dialogue right here on the show. We're questioning and we're talking about what he said in his special, but in that atmosphere, it's just a joke. But
Yeah.
comedians actually express their views if you listen,
Yeah.
you know?
And jokes.
So he expressed his views, and you could tell by someone's language that, you know, it's not that he doesn't like transgenders, but he's not for a man saying he feels like a woman or a woman saying she feels like a man. You could tell in his dialogue or
Yeah.
in the language he uses, you know. So the last
And
question, you know, so throughout the special he was making jokes about Trump, and he gets into the Emmett Till story and how this woman finally told the truth about Emmett Till before she left the earth. And Dave says something interesting. For the simple fact the woman lied, it resulted in a murder, but within the lie, it set in motion a sequence of events that made the opportunities in our lives possible. And it's maddening that how can this lie make the world a better place? And that's how Dave feels about President Trump. He feels that Trump might be the lie that saves us all.
Yo, that was a bit of a stretch.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
But
Why a stretch?
okay, it makes sense.
It does.
But the lie didn't, like, you know, make this thing possible. The truth did. Because if the mother did open the casket for them to see the truth of what actually is going on, then the movement would never happened.
That's a good point.
It's just like, okay, it's just like, it's, you know, all about perspective, man. Like
But I have to challenge you there.
Okay.
But if the lady didn't lie, the mother would have never had to open the casket. So when we look for the truth, we always have to look for it at the root, because the root would tell us everything. So the number one thing that happened in that story was the lady lied. The second thing, they killed Emmett Till. And the third thing was, you know, the casket.
Yeah.
You know, so we have to start at number one. She did lie. So that lie, the fact that she lied, and her lie, don't forget, for every action there's a consequence.
Yeah.
The lie caused Emmett Till to die.
Okay.
So for the
and that consequence bring out the truth.
She didn't necessarily have to tell the truth. She could have took it to her grave and never told the truth about the story.
No, I mean,
of
like
Emmett Till.
the truth about you know, what's actually going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, like it's crazy that he brings Trump into this. And I tell people this too. You know, sometimes you have to, in 48 Laws of Power, it states that sometimes you have to stir up the water to catch fish. I know a lot of people dislike Trump, and that's perfectly fine. You know, you're entitled to who you want to like or who you want to dislike. But you have to understand that for every action, there's a consequence. For every action, there's a consequence. You know, the fact that he's very expressive.
Yeah.
People have been paying attention to politics.
Definitely.
And now people are probably going to go out there and vote.
No, I agree with you 100%.
You know,
because,
and that's probably what Dave Chappelle means about, you know, he feels that Trump might be the lie that saves us all. Because for years, you know, people don't really pay attention to politics or how policies and things like that affects us. So now the fact that we have an expressive president like Trump, and, you know, he expresses his viewpoint or whatever, people are paying attention to him. Every time Trump comes on the TV, people are tuned in. People are actually like paying attention. People are commenting. You know what I'm saying? So he might be that lie that saves us all.
Maybe. like with Trump, I ain't had a problem with him being president. And to be honest, guys, I ain't vote. But like, so I couldn't get mad at him being president. I'm like, okay, damn, people to me, I thought like, people are gonna
And
get
we
upset.
just lost 5 subscribers just because you said that.
Yeah, hey, we gonna lose subscribe. Hey, if you want to stay on the show,
I'm just playing.
I know, but yeah, I wasn't that upset. I was surprised, but I wasn't that upset, and I kind of deep down, I probably knew who was gonna be president anyway, because and to be honest, it shows how America really is, and he brought like what America is and whatnot. So he doing kind of bad right now, but it is what it is. He's gonna be our president for 4 years. Now, it made me want to vote next election.
I bet you a lot of people are gonna vote.
Exactly. It's just like I'm like, okay, but next election, I'm not just gonna vote. I'm actually gonna do my research, because maybe, hey, if I actually done my research, I'll probably vote for him again. We lost another 5 subscribers. Right?
Yeah, right.
but yeah, it's just like, let's hope we can survive for the next 4 years with him.
Yeah, that's it.
Is this who else we have? We can't do anything now. We just have to make sure we do our part in our community and help each other out. Then focusing on what Trump does.
That's it.
It's crazy. Dave Chappelle though is amazing.
He is amazing, and don't forget, everybody needs equanimity. Everybody. Just because somebody's saying something offensive, it doesn't mean you should take offense to it. Exactly. Just take it with a calm mind, take it with a grain of salt, and keep living your life.
Exactly. It's just like you act. There is such a thing as a bad joke, but I don't think Dave Chappelle do bad jokes like to hurt you. Actually, hurt your feelings, bro. Yeah. He doesn't. He says
any comedian though.
Yeah, he's. Unless the really bad ones, that like can't be successful. But and like some of the things he'd be like, damn, he kind of take it too far, but it's still not as far as it should have gone. It's still funny.
But imagine if the world, imagine if that's what, and this is what I don't like. That's what the world tells us to do.
Yeah,
we have to push ourselves.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Imagine if you never push yourself on the football field or in the weight room or at work or at school. You would just remain content. You would just be average. We have to push ourselves as human beings in anything we do, whether it's in sports, politics, entertainment. We have to push ourselves because we have to find that line. We have to cross that line as human beings. And especially you're a biblical man. It all comes back down to the fruit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I love his like when he was like, brittle spirit. Yeah. It was like, because that was a lot of people have nowadays, bro.
Yeah.
It's just like, bro, like toughen up. I'm sorry, like toughen up.
Yeah.
Like, yes, you can cry, you can be emotional, but like, don't do it for a long period of time.
Exactly.
From 1 to 10, what do you rate Dave Chappelle? The special. The
special, I'd give it a 8.
I give it a 9.
You give it a 9?
9. I think his last special was a 10. Sorry, but
yeah.
I give it a 9. Probably, if I'm being really generous, 9.5.
Yeah. I give it an 8 because to me, it was probably, for lack of a better word, maybe hard for him to get up there and speak about Trump and what's going on in the world today, because we value feelings so much instead of facts. Mm-hmm. So, for him, and every time he does a comedy special, he makes everybody put their phones away.
Yeah. So, and that's a good thing too, because like focus on him, focus on the jokes,
focus on the words and things like that. Yes.
Exactly. So we don't need social media all the time.
Exactly. So I'd give it an 8. I'm satisfied with it though, but I'm happy the man got his money. I'm happy that.
No, he did. Oh, he got paid.
He got paid. I'm happy. The universe works in mysterious ways, man.
Yeah.
So, all right. Anything else?
Nah, and I ain't gonna give my social media anymore. Just focus on email the Wasted Intelligence, and that's everything, bro.
You know what, man?
We're together now. It's just no focus on me. Focus on the podcast, bro.
You know what? You're right. And I'm not gonna put my social media out there. Just follow the. You know what? If you guys really want to find us, you'll find us.
Yeah.
Instagram page is The Wasted Intel. This is the Fate podcast, but it's under The Wasted Intelligence. So whenever you want to go listen to the show or show your friends it, just type in The Wasted Intelligence and you'll find everything.
Yes, sir.
And that's it, right?
That's it, bro.
See you next week. Peace.
See you next week.
Maybe, or in the next day. Peace.